Again, to our presiding officer, the members of the Sangguniang Tanungsod, good afternoon. The Local Finance Committee has completed its deliberations on the proposed appropriations for fiscal year 2021. We have the honor to submit for your consideration and approval the executive budget of the Pasig City Government in the amount of 12,327,598,000 pesos and 22 pesos. The distribution of the source of revenue is broken down as follows. Hindi ko na po isa-isahin. Nandiyan na po sa slides. At kung wala naman po, nasa inyong mga libro naman po ito. 7 billion from local sources, 1.7 billion from external sources, and the rest comes from our beginning balance. The total appropriations are as follows. Our service classifications, ang pinaka-prioridad pa rin natin para sa 2021 ay yung serbisyong pangkalusugan. Of course, because of the classification of general public services, naturally, magiging nandiyan talaga yung pinakamalaking percentage. But in reality, in practice, healthcare services is the biggest percentage. 2021 executive budget of the Pasig City Government was prepared in the context of the continued management and economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Income target was deliberated based on the new normal. Business taxes dramatically decrease, local sources are limited, and event venues and other similar units of the city government will lose revenue opportunities. Revenue offices will actively streamline the processes, ease documentary requirements, and limit human intervention to intensify tax collection and facilitate the realization of our income target. Efficient and effective public service delivery remain a priority thrust. In drafting our budget, we adhere to the following principles. Number 1, spending within our means. Number 2, investing with the right priorities. Number 3, delivering measurable results. And number 4, empowering citizens through greater fiscal transparency, participation, and accountability. The 2021 proposed budget reflects the internal housekeeping initiative of this administration. Plans for the mandatory and statutory obligations reflect the proposed programs and projects of our different units. Budgetary requirements are properly attributed to avoid duplication and ensure effective implementation. Budgetary requirements for supplies, utilities, repair, and maintenance are consolidated under the General Services Office for proper procurement and inventory. Trainings and seminars are consolidated under the Human Resources Department for enhanced monitoring of the capacity development of all personnel. The recent Bulletin of Prices from the Bids and Awards Committee served as the basis for all items, decreasing the estimated budget and accommodating most of the proposed programs, projects, and activities or PPEs of the budgetary units despite the lower target income. Continuing appropriation and projected savings for 2020 are incorporated in the beginning balance to cover the proposed expenditures. This proposed budget has also considered the inputs of the members of the City Development Council and our sectoral representatives. With the limitations brought about by this pandemic, a number of consultations were done to make the process more inclusive and more participatory. The 2021 executive budget will reflect the priority of this administration in providing basic services for every Pasigueño. Amid the state of calamity that we are in right now, government resources will be maximized to ensure and upgrade the welfare of our residents, as well as the proper management during this COVID-19 pandemic. Una, serbisyong pangkalusugan, kalusugang pangkalahatan tungo sa universal healthcare. The coronavirus pandemic has proven our commitment to ensure effective and efficient medical services to our residents. This year's current expenditures reflect the huge allotment for health expenses and emergency procurement of items for medical response to effectively manage the virus. Kaya nagpapasalamat po ako lungsod dahil pinasa po ninyo ang malaking budget natin para sa serbisyong pangkalusugan nitong 2020. For this proposed budget, we will still heavily invest on adequate healthcare personnel and services, sufficient medicines and medical supplies, and improved facilities and equipment. With the creation of the City Health Department, majority of the health personnel will be regular employees with appropriate compensation and benefits. Likewise, the Pasig General Hospital will have additional regular positions to fully cater for residents. Universal healthcare implementation will remain a priority thrust. Pangalawa, edukasyong de kalidad para sa mga Pasigueño. The distance learning modality for the present school year posed a great fiscal challenge for us in this year. To ensure greater access to education, this administration has provided learning gadgets for all public school students, including those who are in our pamantasang lungsod ng Pasig. Qualified private school students are also integrated into the scholarship program. Teachers and school personnel are also assisted to ease their burden as we shift to this new learning modality. For 2021, education for all Pasigueños will still be a topmost priority. The proposed budget will enable the education sector to adapt to the change of this learning modality for the next school year. Ikatlo, housing, pabahay para sa mapanlabok at maunlad na pamayanan. With the health protocols observed, the city government will continuously enjoin the community in the crafting of a people's plan to ensure a comprehensive and more responsive housing program. We have earmarked a sizable amount for actual housing projects, following our policy framework of increased participation in the design and implementation of our housing initiatives. Pang-apat, social services, abot kamay na serbisyong panlipunan. Delivery of social services to all of our residents will remain a priority, with emphasis on the marginalized and vulnerable sector. Targeted service for human development will be data-driven. Programs will be designed for the judicious utilization of public funds and will respond effectively to the needs of our citizens. Pang-lima, personal services, tapat at mahusay na lingkod bayan. Our commitment to increase the confidence of our constituents towards our local government unit continues. Since the start of this administration, we have made great strides in our goal of having competent employees through an institutionalized program for capacity development, promotion, and incentives, and provision for personnel benefits. 3 departments have been rationalized: our now City Health Department, our General Services Office, and our Peace and Order Department. This proposed budget will reflect the increase of regular positions for these departments to complement their enhanced functions and responsibilities. To date, we have filled up 51% of the regular positions in the personnel schedule, and we will continuously do so in the coming years. Again, I deeply express my gratitude to our local finance committee, to the staff of our budget office, and all the budgetary units for their commitment to finalize the 2021 Appropriations Ordinance. It was a difficult and challenging budget process, but through their support and commitment, we have succeeded. Rest assured that this administration will continue to fight for the tenets of good governance, transparency, participation, and accountability. Once again, I enjoin the presiding officer and the members of the Sambayan Panlungsod to favorably consider the passage of the 2021 executive budget in the service of the Pasigueño. Maraming salamat po.
Pasig News Update.